Elsewhere on the African continent, the African Union Financial Commission has hosted a high-level conference attended by delegates, including head of states and financial experts, to discuss the growing financial distress faced by several African nations. With a view to tackle this prolonged compounding financial challenge, the forum has availed the leaders or the participants the opportunity to initiate measures to enable a more resilient and sustainable economy for member countries. Let's have more details of that in this report.
Of the African Union Financial Institution.
Togo's capital of Lomé is at the epicenter of Africa's financial discourse. The African Union Commission is hosting a high-level conference drawing over 500 delegates, including heads of state, financial experts, and policymakers. Their unified goal is to restore and safeguard public debt sustainability across the continent.
Across the continent, more than 20 African countries are either already facing debt distress or on the brink. When debt repayments outweigh investments in health and education combined, we must question the sustainability and human cost of our fiscal path. Can we or should we accept the reality where repaying the debt takes precedence over protecting lives and nurturing human capital? Furthermore, it is unacceptable that today only 2 African countries are rated investment grade.
By the end of 2023, Africa's external debt had escalated to $1.15 trillion, marking a significant increase from the previous year. Debt servicing costs also reached $163 billion in 2024, nearly triple the amount paid in 2010. To achieve its development goals, experts say Africa must mobilize between $1.3 and $1.6 trillion in the coming years. This pressing reality has galvanized leaders to seek resilient and autonomous financial strategies.
This is not an economic inevitability. It is the result of a system, one whose rules are made elsewhere, for priorities that are not ours. It's time to move away from a logic of surveillance toward a logic of trust.
Let us also build the capacity of African financial institutions such as the African Development Bank, the Afri-Exim Bank, the AFC, and the proposed African Monetary Fund to offer concessional financing tailored to Africa's development reality.
The conference delves into innovative financing instruments aligned with Africa's unique challenges, such as green bonds and debt for nature swaps. These mechanisms aim to transform debt into a lever for sustainable development, funding projects in education, health, and environmental protection. Notably, Côte d'Ivoire's Debt for Development deal, where debt relief is tied to investments in educational infrastructure, is highlighted as a scalable model for other nations.
This conference is coming on a very critical time in the African continent, and we really would love to see solution to the problems of debt that we face on the African continent. Many of our member states are facing problems, and we really put a lot of expectation on this conference to come up with a solution to this problem.
Experts say discussions in Lomé underscore the urgency of strengthening Africa's fiscal and financial sovereignty. This includes mobilizing more domestic resources, combating illicit financial flows, and ensuring transparent and accountable management of public debt. As the conference progresses, the adoption of the Lomé Declaration on Africa's debt is anticipated. This collective stance aspires to guide future negotiations and reforms, transforming debt from a development barrier into a catalyst for change.